What's better than making a beanie hat? It's a reversible beanie hat. Today I'll show you step by step how I like to make the reversible beanie hat on my 48 needle circular knitting machine. This is going to have 3 color changes. This beanie hat can be made with one skein of yarn that has 180 yards. It's going to be a total of 120 rows and have 3 color changes. And we're also going to show how to do an optional pom-pom. The yarn I'm using is the Anti-Pilling Everyday Bobbin worsted weight yarn. That's a number 4 medium weight yarn. So this is the yarn I'm using that I had in my yarn stash. Premier doesn't have the Everyday Bobbin anymore, but they still have the Anti-Pilling acrylic yarn, which I really love to use. It's a number 4 medium weight yarn. If you have a larger head circumference, what I have found is doing a few more rows than 120 helps with the stretch, and also using more of a number 3 weighted yarn. Thinner yarn is going to give you more stretch. So to start, we're going to cast on like normal. I like to start at my white needle and I go over and under each needle one time around. And this is our standard cast on. And I do this in my first color that I want to use, and we're going to crank out 40 rows because I'm going to do 120 rows. That works for my head circumference. That's 21.5 inches, and I still have a lot of room in the hat. Once I get back to my white needle, right before it, I'm going to put my yarn all the way down into the yarn holder and then put it in the yarn tensioner. I also use my hand to help with tension to create nice even stitches. I don't just rely on the yarn tension bar itself. If you start to get some drop stitches, check to make sure that you have the yarn all the way down into the front and completely down through the back of your yarn holder. To add my second color, I stopped at my white needle right before it. That's the ending of my row, and I'm going to put on my second color right on the side of my white needle on the right side. And this is going to start my next row, and I'm going to do 40 more rows in this color, my second color. And this is how I like to make my rows even. Once I do about 5 or 6 rows, I'm just going to do a little hand over knot just to secure the 2 pieces of yarn into place and finish cranking out my rows. Another thing that can help with drop stitches is if your machine is moving too much. I have heard that can create more drop stitches because the needles aren't catching the yarn. So I stick down my machine with some silicone glue pads that are reusable that I got from Amazon. Now we're going to change to my third and final color. So again, I stop at my 47th needle right before my white needle with my second color, and I add in my third color right next to my white needle. So it's going to create a continuous row. You don't want to skip any needles or else you're going to get a gap and then a drop stitch. So again, I'm going to crank one time around, hold the 2 ends of my tail yarn when I come back around the second time just to make sure the needles don't drop anything. And then once I do about 5-6 rows, I'll do just a quick little hand over knot to keep everything kind of secured in place until I remove it from the machine. A beanie hat is a great beginner's project, and so if you're experiencing a lot of drop stitches, again, just check to make sure that your yarn is seated all the way down in that yarn holder. That's something I forget to check when I go to change colors or add in a second yarn skein. It won't be all the way down into that point that kind of looks like a little tongue. It needs to be all the way down into that groove. If it's out at an angle, the yarn can sometimes not catch the needles, so you'll get the drop stitches as well. So always double check that when you're adding a yarn skein or changing color to make sure you have your yarn seated all the way down. Now that I've done my last 40 rows, I'm going to cast off. I like using a darning needle or a large eye plastic needle. And again, I start at my white needle and I pick up each stitch one time around on the right side of my machine for my cast off. And just don't pull too hard because you don't want to prematurely pull the loops off the 2 small pegs before you have it secured with your needle and thread. So when we cast on and cast off this way, it creates what is like a cinched or a drawstring effect. So this is how we're going to make the top part of our beanie hat, is we do like a drawstring. So we have 2 sides of our tube. When your fabric is on the machine, this is the side you see. This is the purl side, which is the inside. And before we close up our tube, we want to make sure that if you added a second yarn skein, or if you had like a factory knot, had to change it out, or if like this, we did 3 different colors, we want to knot the 2 tail ends of the yarn together to secure them down into place. You don't want to pull too overly tight. You just want to pull it just enough so it makes the stitches come together so it looks almost seamless from the knit side. Again, right now we're looking at the inside or the purl side of our project. The other side is the knit side, which looks like a little V stitch because the machine makes what's called a stockinette stitch if you hand knit. So now to make our double layer reversible beanie hat, we're going to cinch down one side like this, and then we're going to take the other side of our tube, and I'm going to put my hand inside the tube, and we're going to pull on one of the sides with the tail end of that yarn that we stitched down. So we're going to fold it in half essentially. This is making it a double layer and how we get the reversible effect. And I really like making double layer beanie hats because you get a little bit stretched to the knit, so it makes it a nice warm hat and you can't see through the stockinette stitch when you have the two layers. Next, I'm going to knot down the tail end of this yarn so it doesn't come undone. And I just put a few extra stitches in there to hold it in place so that part that we cinched down in the circle won't open up on us after wear and washing and drying it. And then I just knot it in place. Now for the other side of the tube, we want to do the same thing. We want to find the tail end of the yarn that we used for the cast off, and we're going to pull it like a drawstring to cinch it down again, just like we did the other side of the tube. And your stitches might curl out a little bit. You can just fold them back in so they're nice and neat and put together. So it just takes a little bit of finagling with the fabric when you're doing this. And I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to cinch it down, and you want to just make sure that the tail end of the other side of the tube is up and through this hole that we cinched down so the two layers come together at the top of our beanie. Now take the tail end of that yarn, we're going to knot it down and do the same thing. We're going to sew back and forth, and I try to pick up both layers at this point so we keep them nice and secured at the top. Once I've done that, I knot it down a few more times. And then again, go through with my needle back and forth a few times, sewing everything into place so nothing is going to move on us. Now that that's secure, I'm going to take the two tail ends on my darning needle, put it through the middle of the beanie hat to the other side, and then I'm just going to knot it down a few more times just for some extra added security because I don't want this beanie hat to come apart from wear and use. Once I have it knotted down and I kind of evened up the tail ends of the two yarns, I cut them. We're just going to put them through the two layers and hide the ends in between the two layers of your beanie hat. And it's that easy to get rid of our tail ends. Now for the pom-pom. To attach a pom-pom with the elastic loop, I just got these pom-pom holders off of Amazon, and they're super easy to use to attach our pom-pom. Get your darning needle and a piece of scrap yarn, and we're going to take our pom-pom that has these elastic loops and thread the yarn through that loop. So we have it attached here, and now take both ends of our yarn and put it through our darning needle. Now that the yarn is on our darning needle, we're going to go through the center of the beanie hat, whichever side you'd like to be your first side, and put it directly down through the center. Flip the beanie hat to the other side and slowly pull till the elastic loop comes out. Do not pull too hard because you can break your elastic loop. So you just want to pull enough to get it through the yarn. And now we can use these pom-pom button holders two ways. We can attach it just like this, and it goes on and holds on our pom-pom. Look how cute. And then the other way we can use these pom-pom holders is we still have the yarn on our darning needle, have it go through the heart, and then with that yarn, pull the loop up and around those two grooves. So either way works really well. These are great little pom-pom holders that I found. I have them on my Amazon storefront. There's a link there if you would like to order them, as well as the pom-poms. But these are awesome, and then they make really great for gifts. What I do if I gift a reversible beanie hat with these type of pom-poms, I give them a needle with a piece of scrap yarn, and I just show them how to reverse the beanie hat or to remove the pom-pom when they go to wash their beanie hat, because the pom-poms, these ones are not washable. And there you go, you have completed your reversible beanie hat. These make excellent gifts and I just love making them. Thank you so much everybody for watching. If you have not done so already, please hit that like and follow button for more free tutorials. And I also appreciate all your support and your comments. Thank you so much for watching. And also, if you would like a slower, in-depth tutorial on how to cast on, cast off, or on making a reversible beanie hat, a standard double layer beanie hat, or an extra large beanie hat, check out the links in the video description. I have those tutorials linked there as well. Happy crafting, everybody!